Greetings of the day. Hope you are having a great time. Let's start our new session. My name is Ms. Prachivani, and today we will discuss promotion mix, which is also called as communication mix. So this video will talk about what promotion is, and as I said, various promotional tools like advertising, sales promotion, public relations, personal selling, and direct marketing. Let's start with this very powerful quote by Mr. P.T. Barnum. It says, without promotion, something terrible happens, which is nothing. Now, this quote talks about the power of promotion. So, let's understand what promotion is. Promotion is communicating with the public in an attempt to influence them towards buying your products or services. Now, in past few decades, marketers achieved the art of mass marketing by selling highly standardized products. So in that process, mass media communications technique was established to support these strategies. So very many companies were investing a lot of money in television, magazines, or other mass media advertising. Now that helped them to reach millions of people. But today, marketing managers are facing new marketing communication realities as the needs of customers are changing every day. And with that, introduction and use of digital communication has made customers more aware than ever. So we have mainly 5 promotional tools that we will be focusing on. First is advertising, sales promotion, public relations, personal selling, and direct marketing. Now let's start with advertising. The first point to remember is advertising is non-personal as against personal selling. And it is a one-way communication. Let me give you an example. If you see an advertisement of, let's say, Taj Group of Hotels on a television, it is a one-way communication. They are talking about their property, and in return, there is no communication that is happening from customer's side. Now that advertisement can be published or can be shown or can be telecasted on different media channels. So you have to choose your media channel according to your budget or let's say or the targeted market that you have. So the media is use of print or electronic media as a channel of communication. So without media, you really can't advertise your product. So media becomes a very important part of advertising. And this will help to reach masses with low cost per exposure. Now this will definitely change according to the media that you are selecting. Now advertising is persuasive. It aims at persuading or influencing potential customers to buy. So when I see an advertisement of Taj Group of Hotel on a television, when I see those beautiful pictures of rooms, good food and F&B restaurants, I do get influence and I wish to then go ahead and visit the property sometime down the line. Now there are 3 objectives of advertising. The first one is inform. This is important when you are introducing a new product in the market or a new service in the market. Now advertising also helps in influencing people to buy a product. Now this is important when the competition starts increasing. And the last objective here is remind. It also reminds people that a product or a service is existing in the market for long. So this is applicable when a product or a service is mature enough. Let us understand the basic difference in between a promotion and advertising. See, promotion is the broader and all-inclusive term. But advertising is just one specific action you could take to promote your product or service. So promotion as a general term includes all the ways available to make a product or a service known to, and then it will be purchased by the customers. So a basic difference, promotion is a broader term and advertising is one part of promotion. Let us start with our second promotional tool is sales promotion. Here, it is a short-term incentive to encourage the purchase or sale of product or service. It is an activity designed to boost the sales of a product or service. Now, sales promotions offer strong incentives to purchase by providing incentive or contribution that give additional value to consumers, and they invite and reward quick responses. So the basic difference again here is in between advertising and sales promotion is advertising says buy our product and sales promotion says buy it now. So the sales promotion strategies you have should be tempting, or it should influence people to an extent wherein they buy the product right there. Sales promotion tools are used to create a stronger and a quicker response. It can help to boost sagging sales. So you might see a different rate on weekdays in a particular restaurant, and you will see different rates on weekends, because we all know weekdays are slow when it comes to generating revenue compared to weekends. And its effects are usually short-lived. However, it is not very effective when you are building a long-run brand preference. So there are two main strategies which can be adopted when we are talking about sales promotion. One is called as push strategy, another is called as pull strategy. Under push strategy, here a product is pushed through the distribution channels to final consumers, and the manufacturer directs its marketing activities at channel members to induce them to order and carry the product and to promote it to the final consumers. In opposite to this, under pull strategy, a company directs its marketing activities towards final consumers to induce them to buy the product. So under pull strategy, a major role is of the company and not of the distribution channel. So which are the sales promotional tools that we see? First is point of sale displays. We see flyers, we have standees in various outlets that we see, hoardings or billboards. Then we have loyalty incentives. So in restaurants, you will find a gourmet card. Then we have frequent flyer cards for airline industry. Then we have executive club cards, frequent stair cards for hotels. Prizes competitions, lucky draw is pretty famous. Discounts for hotels, you have something called as best available rates, which change mostly daily. So it entirely depends on the kind of occupancy you have. Then off-season sales or discounts are pretty famous. You also have group or introductory offers. When we say group discounts is when you have a group of people coming in a restaurant to have food, you can definitely ask for a demand because you're looking at a larger number booking. Introductory offer is when you are introducing a product in the market and when you want to make sure that customers buy your product and try it. In that scenario, introductory offer helps. Coupons, you have coupons like additional meals, for example, book a ticket and get meal free, or discount coupons in fast food. Then something which is also pretty latest is cashback and referral. Cashback is something when you buy a product, you get a certain percentage of cashback, which you can again use it for the next purchase. And referral is when you are referring a particular product or application to your friend, to your colleague, to your family member, you get a certain amount as a referral amount. Now let's move to personal selling. Personal selling involves personal interaction between two or more people, allowing each to observe the other's needs and characteristics and make quick adjustments. Personal selling is personal, interpersonal, and oral communication between the seller and the prospective customer, in which the seller persuades his customer to purchase the product through his sales dialogue and presentation. So we are talking about sales calls. When we are talking about sales call, you have a sales representative who goes and visits a particular company representative, and he gives a presentation about a product or a service that he is planning to sell. Now, the effective salesperson keeps the customer's interest at heart to build a long-term relationship. So personal selling is, yes, selling a product and a service, but in return, it also needs to build a long-term relationship. Finally, with personal selling, the buyer usually feels a greater need to listen and respond, even if he does not end up buying a product. These unique qualities come at a cost. A sales force requires a longer term company commitment than advertisement. So advertising can be turned on and off, but sales force size is harder to vary. So you have to have the number of sales representative representing your company all the time. Personal selling is the company's most expensive promotion tool, and personal selling is used in hospitality industry primarily for large key customers, travel intermediaries, meeting planners, and others with responsibility for group sales. So whoever is giving you a very good amount of revenue, you can definitely involve personal selling in that. Public relations. Here, PR is the process by which we create a positive image and customer preference through a third party endorsement. It offers believability. News stories, features, and events seem more real and believable to readers than advertisements. Public relations can reach many prospects who avoid salespeople and advertisement. The message gets to the buyers as a news rather than as a sales directed communication. Because as I said previously, public relation is going to help all those people who do not really believe on personal selling or who do not really want to meet sales representative and watch an advertisement. So here, like advertising, public relations can also dramatize a company's product or a service. In comparison to advertisement and promotion, PR is a cost-effective marketing tool. So these are various activities which can be looked at as PR activities. The first is corporate social responsibility, CSR activities. Internal communication that needs to happen with your employees, and that can happen with the help of newsletters, bulletin, the board that are there in the cafeteria or in the organization, and various posters. Government and investor relations, press releases that can be done often, product, person, or an issue publicity, promotional events, and we have community or media relations. So these all activities are a part of PR team. Now, what is direct marketing? Direct marketing refers when product or service moves from the producer to consumer without an intermediary channel of distribution. Direct marketing connections are carefully targeted to obtain an immediate response and cultivate lasting customer relationship. As the name says, it is a direct marketing, hence no distributor is involved here. So direct marketing is non-public. So the message is normally directed to a specific person. That is why direct. It's going to help in relationship building. So well suited for highly targeted marketing efforts and to build one-to-one customer relationship. Immediate and customized. So messages can be prepared very quickly and can be also customized. It is interactive because it allows a dialogue in between the marketing team and the consumer. These are various tools under direct marketing. Social media like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest. Then you also have short messaging services for our mobile phone. We have internet. email messages that we get, website, direct to home. Direct to home is taking a backseat now because you have internet. Direct marketing is getting used wider. Mobile applications, and we have telemarketing, events and trades. This is where direct marketing happens with the consumer. I hope you have watched the video carefully. Now, quiz link is in the video description. Go ahead and attempt the quiz. These are references that I've used. On that note, thank you and see you soon. In the meantime, you all take care of your health.